Hey, crypto fanatics and curious newcomers. Welcome back to Boni's Life, the channel where we dive deep into the digital rabbit hole and try to make sense of the beautiful chaos that is cryptocurrency. I'm your host, Boni, and today buckle up because we're going to continue with our part two of our time traveling adventure through the evolution of crypto adoption. That's right. We're talking about how crypto went from a niche dream whispered about in obscure internet forums by folks wearing tinfoil hats, allegedly, to a global phenomenon that has institutions sweating, regulators scratching their heads, and your cousin suddenly thinking he's Warren Buffett because he bought some Dogecoin at the right time. The crypto phoenix, resilience, successes, and overcoming apocalypses. If crypto had a spirit animal, it would be a phoenix. Why? Because this industry has died more times than a video game character with a terrible player. We've had exchange collapses that would make your hair curl, hacks that drained millions, regulatory crackdowns, and market crashes that felt like the end of days. And yet, here we are, stronger than ever. Let's look at some epic comeback stories and triumphs. 1. Bitcoin, the unkillable cockroach, affectionately speaking. Success. Bitcoin itself is the ultimate success story. From those 10,000 BTC pizzas to becoming a multi-trillion-dollar asset class, at its peak, recognized by institutions. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US in early 2024 was a monumental win, opening the floodgates for mainstream investment. Challenges overcome. Mt. Gox collapse 2014. The biggest exchange at the time imploded, losing hundreds of thousands of bitcoins. People thought Bitcoin was finished. Nope. The network kept chugging along. Endless Bitcoin is dead headlines. Seriously, Google it. Hundreds of articles declaring Bitcoin's demise. It's become a running joke. Scaling debates and forks. The community fought over how to scale, leading to forks like Bitcoin Cash. But Bitcoin Core, BTC, remained dominant. Bitcoin has more lives than a cat in a superhero movie. Every time it gets knocked down, it gets back up, dusts itself off, and says, "Is that all you got?" That resilience is a fundamental part of its value proposition. Reliability of Bitcoin surviving, pretty darn high, I'd say. 2. Ethereum's merge, a technological marvel. Success. In September 2022, Ethereum successfully transitioned from proof of work like Bitcoin to proof of stake. This was like changing the engine of a jumbo jet while it was flying. It reduced Ethereum's energy consumption by approximately 99.95%, a massive win for sustainability and scalability. Challenges overcome. Years of complex research and development, coordinating a massive decentralized network, and the risk of catastrophic failure during the upgrade. The merge. Seriously, the engineers who pulled that off deserve a lifetime supply of coffee and cookies. It was a high-wire act of epic proportions, and they nailed it. This showed the Ethereum community can tackle huge challenges. Utility and scalability got a massive boost. 3. The rise of Layer 2. Scaling solutions, e.g. Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism. Success. As Ethereum got popular, it got expensive and slow. Think rush hour traffic on a digital highway. Layer 2 solutions emerged, building on top of Ethereum to offer faster, cheaper transactions without sacrificing much of the main chain's security. This has been crucial for the continued growth of DeFi and NFTs. Challenges overcome. Making these L2s truly decentralized, ensuring robust security, and achieving seamless user experience. Boni. Layer 2s are like the express lanes for Ethereum. Suddenly, using dApps didn't require taking out a second mortgage for gas fees. This is a huge step for adoption and utility. 4. DeFi's rebound and innovation. Success. Despite hacks and bear markets, DeFi has continued to innovate. We've seen the rise of more sophisticated protocols, better security audits mostly, and concepts like real-world asset RWA tokenization starting to gain traction, bringing traditional assets like real estate or bonds onto the blockchain. Challenges overcome. Recovering from major protocol failures like Terra Luna, a massive systemic collapse in 2022 that shook the entire industry. Navigating regulatory ambiguity and improving user interfaces to be less intimidating for newbies. DeFi is like that mad scientist in the lab. Sometimes things explode, but sometimes they invent something incredible. The Terra/Luna collapse was a brutal lesson, a multi-billion-dollar oof. But the sector learned, adapted, and kept building. That's the crypto spirit. 5. Regulatory clarity, slowly, painfully, but surely ish. Success of sorts. While still a patchwork globally, we're seeing some progress. Countries like El Salvador adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, bold move. The EU's MyCA framework providing some rules of the road, and even the US, despite its confusing approach, seeing things like the Bitcoin ETFs approved. These are baby steps towards legitimacy. Challenges overcome. Conflicting signals from different regulators, outright bans in some countries, and the slow pace of governments trying to understand a rapidly evolving technology. Regulators, bless their cotton socks. Trying to regulate crypto is like trying to herd cats that are also invisible and can teleport. But every small step towards sensible regulation helps build trust and paves the way for wider adoption. The reliability of clear global regulation soon, let's say, optimistically cautious. The point is, crypto isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. It's a testament to the power of decentralized communities, open source innovation, and a sheer refusal to give up on a better financial future. The now and the next, adoption, utility, scalability, and the crystal ball gazing again. So where are we now, and where is this crazy crypto train heading? Let's put on our analytical hats, the ones with the little propellers, and look at the current state and future projections for adoption, utility, and scalability. Current adoption and utility. Growing numbers, hundreds of millions of crypto users globally. That's not a niche anymore. That's a movement. Institutional interest. It's not just retail. Pension funds, endowments, corporations, they're all dipping their toes or even taking a full plunge, especially after the Bitcoin ETFs. Real-world use cases beyond speculation. Remittances, sending money across borders faster and cheaper than traditional methods. Store of value, Bitcoin as digital gold, a hedge against inflation, debatable in the short term, but a strong narrative. DeFi, providing financial services to the unbanked and underbanked. NFTs, revolutionizing digital ownership, art, gaming, and collectibles. Supply chain management, using blockchain for transparency and traceability. Decentralized identity, giving individuals control over their own data. We're seeing crypto move from magic internet money for nerds to, hey, this can actually solve some real-world problems. The utility is growing, and that's a fundamental driver for long-term adoption. Scalability, the never-ending quest. If crypto wants to go truly mainstream, like billions of users doing daily transactions, it needs to be fast and cheap. Bitcoin can handle a handful of transactions per second. Visa, tens of thousands. That's the challenge. Bitcoin, Lightning Network, is its main scaling solution, allowing for faster, cheaper off-chain transactions. Ethereum, Layer 2s, Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, ZK Sync, Starknet, etc. are crucial. Future upgrades like Deng Sharding aim to massively increase mainnet capacity. Other Layer 1s, Solana, Avalanche, etc. Many newer blockchains were built with scalability in mind from day one, often making different trade-offs in terms of decentralization or security. Scalability is the holy grail. Without it, crypto remains a bit clunky for everyday mass use. But the amount of brainpower working on this is staggering. It's not an if, but a when and how. Future projections and expected returns, the really speculative part. Okay, team, this is where the crystal ball gets extra cloudy and we enter the land of educated guesses, hopeful projections, and a dash of hopium. Remember NFA/DYOR. Short term, next 1 to 2 years. Narratives, Bitcoin having impact, historically bullish but past performance, continued ETF inflows, regulatory developments, especially in the US, growth of layer 2s, potential for an altcoin season if Bitcoin performs well. Potential returns, highly volatile, could see significant upside if bullish catalysts align, e.g. favorable regulation, macro conditions, could also see major corrections. Technical analysis, support resistance levels, moving averages, RSI, will be key for traders. Fundamental analysis focuses on adoption metrics, network growth, and project milestones. Reliability of predictions, low to medium. Crypto is notoriously hard to predict in the short term. Mid-term, 3 to 5 years. Narratives, maturation of layer 2 solutions, increased institutional adoption beyond Bitcoin, e.g. Ether ETFs, clearer regulatory frameworks in major economies, real-world applications of DeFi and NFTs becoming more mainstream. The rise of Web3 gaming, DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure networks, AI plus crypto. Potential returns. If adoption continues and key technologies mature, the potential for significant returns across the sector is there. However, expect continued volatility and a filtering out of weaker projects. Reliability of predictions, medium, more dependent on successful execution of roadmaps and broader economic trends. Long term, 5 to 10 plus years. Narratives, crypto as a fully integrated part of the financial system, widespread use of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, alongside decentralized cryptos, Web3 becoming the new internet standard, DAOs managing significant real-world assets, tokenization of everything. Potential returns. If crypto achieves its grandest visions, like those 1 million plus Bitcoin predictions, the returns could be astronomical, but the risks are also immense. This is venture capital level thinking. Reliability of predictions. Very low to speculative, depends on transformative technological and societal shifts. Fundamentally, the long-term value comes from utility, network effects, and scarcity for assets like Bitcoin. Technically, we'll be watching long-term trend lines and market cycle patterns. But honestly, anyone who tells you they know what crypto will look like in 10 years is either a time traveler or selling you something. What I can say with some certainty is that the journey will be fascinating. There will be booms, there will be busts, there will be mind-blowing innovations, and there will be facepalm-worthy failures. That's the beauty and the terror of crypto. So, what does it all mean, Boni? Conclusion. Phew, what a ride, huh? From the cypherpunk dreams to the institutional stampede, the evolution of crypto adoption has been nothing short of a roller coaster, with higher highs, lower lows, and more loop-the-loops than any sane engineer would design. We've seen that crypto is resilient, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Innovative, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with technology and finance. Volatile, not for the faint of heart. Your portfolio might do the cha-cha, the tango, and the macarena all in 1 week. Full of brilliant minds and hilarious characters. It's a space that attracts visionaries, builders, dreamers, and yes, a few delightful weirdos. Still early. Despite all the progress in the grand scheme of things, we're still in the early innings of this technological revolution. The key takeaways for you, my awesome viewers. 1. Educate yourself. This space moves at lightning speed. Keep learning. Stay curious. And hey, subscribe to Boni's Life for more deep dives. Wink. 2. Think long term. If you're investing, try to see beyond the daily noise. Focus on projects with strong fundamentals, real utility, and dedicated teams. 3. Manage your risk. Seriously, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Diversification is your friend, even within crypto. 4. Be skeptical but open-minded. Question everything, especially promises of guaranteed riches. But also be open to the incredible potential this technology holds. The future of crypto adoption isn't set in stone. It's being written, coded, and debated every single day by people all over the world. And that, my friends, is what makes it so incredibly exciting. So what are your thoughts on the evolution of crypto? What were your aha moments or your biggest face palms? Drop your comments below. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something or at least chuckled a bit. Subscribe for more crypto adventures and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the digital frontier. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and may your bikes be ever so slightly greener than yesterday. This is Boni, signing off from Boni's Life.